Yung West Philippine Sea, alam mo, ang totoo niyan, pabalik-balik tayo. Ako gusto ko, tinanong ko nga si Secretary Lorenzana, na pwede ba tayong pumunta doon, papasok tayo sa mga Spratly Island yun, ng barko natin. Of course, it should be a Coast Guard. We do not send gray ships to mga warships. Na para ipakita lang natin sa top Pilipino na baski ng ilang balik natin doon, wala talagang mangyari. Because we are not in the possession of the sea. Sa kanila eh.
Mr. President, wala namang balakid yung ating pagpunta doon, kahit nga yung Navy ships natin, panayang punta sa Pag-asa Island at magpatrolya doon. Yung ating mga Coast Guard ships, wala din, Mr. President, ang patrolya nila dyan sa mga areas na marami tayong fishermen. And pati na yung Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources na barko, nandyan na rin. Nagpapalit-palit lang sila, Mr. President, dahil limitado yung mga barko natin. But our ships can go there. In fact, regularly, yung ating mga barko dyan sa Palawan ay nagre-resupply sa ating mga islands dyan sa Kalayaan Island Group. So wala pong ano, pati yung ating mga fishermen ay libre naman sila makapangisda na hindi sila ginugulo ng mga Chinese.
Kaya nga, ang China, kung hanggang dyan lang, wag ka lang magulo. You claim that even if you go there and claim, wala rin mangyari kasi kanila talaga para sa isip nila kanila. Even if I go there, I said with Secretary Lorenzana and sail there and ask questions, wala mangyari. Sasagutin ka lang. But, you know, the issue of the West Philippine Sea remains to be a question forever until such time that, you know, we can take it back. Ang akin yan is walang iba, gera lang. If we promote a war against China and America, medyo siguro mamadalian. Pero at what cost to us? Ayan ang problema. Yan talaga ang problema. But we can retake it only by force. There is no way that we can get back the tawag nilang Philippine Sea without any bloodshed. Yan talaga ang totoo. Baski na anong sabihin ng mga military, may iba dyan, alam ko na na walang ginawa. You know the cost of war. And if we go there, and really to find out and to assert jurisdiction, he said it would be bloody. It will result in a violence that we cannot maybe win. Ang problema nito, we have always, sided with America in so many issues, including this one. Pero kung sabihin mo that America will go to war because of the Philippine Sea, tapos tayo ang mag-umpisa. Ang sa doon that alam mo doon sa Mutual Defense Treaty, I don't know if I'm right, only if we are being attacked and assaulted.
Yes.
It is not, does not include a war that is initiated by us.
Yes, correct.
So, yung alam ko may mga military na may nagre-retire. Ano bang gusto ninyo? Ako, I am ready. Anak ng waiting. If just a matter of going there and looking for trouble and maybe violence, okay sa akin. But I said, at what cost would that be to the country? Wala eh. Hindi tayo pwedeng pumunta doon magipag-away for the simple reason that particular provision in the RPUS states that only when we are being assaulted or being there in a war, not of our own making. So yan ang gusto kong ilan. Anong gusto ninyo? Ito naman si Carpio. Daldal ng daldal. Wala namang, ano bang gusto mo? Sige ka punta doon sa, do you think China will obey the United Nations? I'll ask you a question. If the United Nations will ask China to surrender because of that award given to us, ibibigay ba ng China yan? Ano ang problema? Can the United Nations compel China? And do you think China will just give it freely because of the United Nations demand? Yan ang hindi ko maintindihan kay Carpio. He's a dreamer. And besides, yung amo niya, it started the occupation of constructive, how would you call it in the international parlance? The constructive occupation of China happened during the Aquino administration. May isang barko doon, nagpadala tayo. There was a standoff. A standoff, it was maybe going to a violent stage. Alam mo, ang nagpaalay sa atin ang Amerika. Ang usapan, ang Pilipinas mag-retreat, ang China mag-retreat. Ang ginawa ng China hindi nag-retreat, ang Pilipinas ang nag-retreat. Ang pagador noon si Del Rosario. Yan, tandaan mo yan, Carpio. Sige ka daldal. The constructive occupation was completed. It was a notice to the world na nung hindi sila umalis, tayo ang umalis. Ibig sabihin, amin to, kaya ka umalis. Itong si Carpio, kung anong pinagdadaldal, si dreamer, I'll give you 100 years. You can never get something there, baski isang basong tubig sa China ngayon. Tapos sige kayo intriga sa Pilipino, sige kayo intriga. Sabi ko nga, ano bang gusto ninyo? Sige, tell me what to do, except yung mga papel-papel ninyo. Walang kakwenta na just to create, well, whatever it is. Maraming daldal. Wala ka naman talagang magawa. I said, the constructive occupation of the West Philippine Sea was completed by the singular act of China not retreating. Yan sa international law, gano'n yan. ikaw yung umalis, ibig sabihin, hindi iyo. At bakit umalis? Itong si Secretary Albert, usap ng Amerikano, takot ng gira. Takot na. Sana hinayaan na lang nila. Ang totoo niya, sus, ayaw ko lang magyabang. Kung mangyari uli yan, ako, I'm putting China to, I do not want any quarrel. But in a situation like that, if repeated in my administration, I think there will going to be a, taka lang, hindi ako walis. Tsaka kung may barko ako dyan ngayon, yung Coast Guard nandyan, hindi rin ako mag-alis. I will not. Marami, sabi ng Secretary Lorenzana, mga resupply natin, yung mga Coast Guard natin, if they are driven away, I would tell them to stay put. I am addressing myself to the Chinese government. We want to remain friends. We want to share whatever it is. Sinabi ko naman sa inyo sa Chinese government, I'm not so much interested now in fishing. I don't think there's enough fish really to worry about. But when we start to mine, when we start to get whatever it is in the bowels of the China Sea, sa ating oil, dyan na ako. But by that time, I will send my ships there. I will send my gray ships there to state a claim. Yan masiguro ninyo. Pag kinuha na yung oil, kung anong mga nickel dyan, precious stones, that would be the time, because that is the time that we should act on it. Hindi ngayon na yung pahabol-habulan lang dyan. Ano ba naman? Habulin yung isang reporter na ano. Ako, totoo yan. Pag mag-umpisa na sila ng drill ng oil dyan, sabihin ko talaga sa China, is that part of our agreement? Because if it is not part of our agreement, I'm going to also to drill my oil there. If you own it, I own it. I do not want to quarrel, but that is how. Noon ko pa sinabi yan. Yung pagkatapos na nag-usap kami ni President Xi Jinping, na sinabi ko na I will get my oil also. Sabi niya, please don't. We just leave it that way. In the meantime, so because, nandyan yung cabinet members. Anyo, kasi the chief of staff ko pa noon. Dinala ko kayo para may mga living witnesses ako na may ginawa. Pati yung mga military na nagdududa, wala akong ginawa. Minuka ko talaga. Andiyan kayo, dyan, Anyo, dyan, Esperon, si Delvin. Sinabi ko na, one day, I will drill my oil there and mine whatever is ours. Sabi na, Secretary, si ES, nandyan sila lahat. Sinabi ko, ngayon kung habulan na ng maghabulan lang sila dyan, sige, bigyan ko sila ng 5 Coast Guard. Habul-habulan lang nila dyan, maglaro sila. Kung sino mas mabilis. Ngayon, kung pagdating na magdating na yung mga drill ng oil dyan, mahirap na yan. Yan ang, noong ko pa sinabi yan, sasabihin ko ngayon, ulit, baka nakalimutan. Hindi nakinig si Carpio. Yung papel-papel mo, wag mo kong isali dyan. Walang mangyari dyan. Ano, you know, the Chinese government will just give you a finger. Wala kang, hindi mo matakot yung mga yan. Because they firmly believe na kanila talaga yan. Kontra sa atin, na it is also our considered opinion that it is ours. Yan. Sana maintindihan, kinig lahat. Yan si Carpio, you just, huwag ka na sumali sa politiko, wala kang alam dyan, para kang buang mga, yung grupo mo. Puro tinta mo pag-eleksyon, ba, malampaso. Wala man kayo ginawa para sa Pilipino. Anong ginawa ninyo? Puro papel. What have you done sa Pilipino? O kami, tignan mo ang airport ng buong Pilipinas, tignan mo yung highway ni, tignan mo ang DILG, wala nang reklamo, wala nang corruption. DSWD, ganon. Tapos magtanong kayo, bakit military? Hindi naman lahat military din. Gusto ko lang yung talagang matapang na sinusunod. Kaya ko nilagayan dyan mga military. Because I believe na yung mga tao na yan, mas civilian man o military, talagang nasusunod kasi humihirit talaga. Sabi na puro military na, civilian na yan eh. Naghirap na yun, tapos na yung pagka-military nila. Ano ba naman yan? Dilpin, Lorenzana. Gaya ko, patanda na ako. You think that he would still tinker with kung ano-anong mga revolutionary government, revolutionary government? Kalokohan yan. What do you expect to prove? Tsaka, man, alam mo, ulitin ko ito ha. Nandito yun, yung mga military na nandoon. In a command conference, I was so talagang downhearted ako because I expected the military to perform well na meron doon after the command conference may pinasa si Delphine Lorenzana, Secretary na papel. Puro kabalastugan ang ginawa. Kaya sinabi ko, nandito ako kasi pagkaakala ko makatulong ako sa bayan sa Pilipinas. Kaya ko kayo kinuha, kaya ko kayo pinatawag kasi akala ko makatulong kayo. Kasi it involved a general sa Sabi ko, alam mo, hindi talaga ako mamamatay kung hindi ako presidente. Kung tumindig lang ang Air Force Head, ang Navy, Army, pati Police, kung tumindig kayo ngayon, aalis ako pagka mayor. Uwi ako sa ibig kong sabihin, I do not have the support of the military and so where I am not needed. Then kayo na mag-explain. Explain to the Filipino people bakit gano'n. Ano to? Ito mga iba mga matatanda magsusulat ng mga ano. Hindi ba kayo na hindi naman nahiya sarili ninyo? Ayaw ko na sabihin kung anong ginawa ninyo, anong ginawa ko para sa inyo. Many things that I did for the armed forces. Ayaw ko na lang baka sabihin na hindi ko naman property, hindi ko naman pera. Pero mas mabuti magkaintindihan tayo. Hindi ako anytime. Kalabitin lang ako ni Delphin na apat ayaw na, pati ako. O di sige. Maghanap tayo. Ikaw, balik ka doon sa Washington. Ang lamig-lamig doon. Alam mo, Del, buhay mo doon sa Amerika pagka ganun ang weather. Buti pa, mag-uwi ka na lang doon sa probinsya ninyo. Lamig-lamig na walang kakwinta-kwinta. Yan na gusto kong ipaalaala sa CIA. Baka hindi nila nabalitaan yun. Ang Amerikano, you can ask all of them. And I said that I'm going home. If I cannot have the cooperation of the armed forces, then there's no point in working for this government. Wala. Kasi ako, lahat ng ko, military. Kasi kung mag-asa ako sa civilian, patay ang civilian. Kaya always, if I want things done, military talaga yan. If may it's either Anyo or si Role, gawin mo nga to. And it will be done. Walang korupsyon. Hanggang ngayon, wala akong narinig. Kasi kung meron, sabay kaming mag-resign. Totoo lang. So, with that eloquent speech, I called the meeting to and then go home. Salamat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Salamat po. Good night, Mayor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.